Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning back into today's second Cabral HouseCall of the weekend here on the Cabral Concept podcast, where we answer our community's questions every weekend, 6 on Saturday and 6 on Sunday. We went through really fantastic questions yesterday, some of them brand new. One was a little bit of a stumper, and we did talk about those. So hopefully you're able to tune in. You know that you can go to stephencabral.com/podcasts to catch up on previous shows that you may have missed. And you can also search right there at the search box for a topic that may be of interest to you. So again, hopefully you are a longtime listener. If you're not, if you're new to the community, well, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. You can also join CabralSupportGroup.com to get answers to your questions each and every day. All right, so let's get started with our questions for today, episode 2172. If you want to follow along with the questions, just head on over by typing in stephencabral.com/2172. All right, first question today is, hello, doctor. This is from Anonymous. Hello, doctor. I'd be grateful if you would provide your thoughts about my digestive concern. I pass gas often, sometimes several times within an hour. It's odorless. It'll begin a couple hours after lunch and continue through the night. I'll pass a lot of gas in the mornings before I have to go. Number 2. After that, I won't have any excess gas after lunch again. I never feel bloated. I'm not gassy when fasting. It's only after eating whole food meals. I took a smoothie for breakfast. Lunch and dinner follows your weight maintenance plan from IHP. I eat plant-based for 80% of my whole food meals. I take 2 digestive enzymes with each meal, and I use extra enzymes when I eat beans. Thanks in advance for your response. Okay, so totally understand. You don't get bloated or have gas when you have a smoothie, but when you have a whole food meal that's a little bit more complex to digest, that's when you have a little bit of gas. It doesn't sound like you have major gas. It doesn't sound like, well, you have gas in the morning until you have a bowel movement, and you're not really bloated. So the good news is, again, I'm not here to provide you with any medical advice, any medical diagnosis, or medical treatment plans, but it sounds like you don't have a lot of pathogenic yeast overgrowth or pathogenic bacterial overgrowth. So that's a good thing. What could the gas then be from if it's more odorless? Meaning like there's not a lot of fermentable gas being created like methane or hydrogen, some hydrogen-based gas. So it could be that you do have just a fair amount of bacteria, not necessarily bad bacteria. There could be some overgrowth. The only way to really tell you what it is, and it's very straightforward, is to run a stool analysis. And you can find the bacteria and parasite stool test at stephencabral.com/labs. That will tell you if there's a little bit too much bacteria in your gut. The other part of it could be food combining that may give you a little bit more gas. And there also may be no issue at all. I always want to kind of put that out there. I mean, if you're having a lot of gas, then certainly, then there's some bacterial overgrowth or candida overgrowth in the gut. There can be some slow peristaltic movement. All of that's possible. You're already taking 2 digestive enzymes, so you're doing that great. I can only say, and you're saying whole food, not necessarily supplements, like taking too much magnesium or an alkalizing vitamin C that's just too much. So what I would do is I would run that stool test, and that's going to give you the exact answer so that I'm not, playing guessing games right now. All right. But that'll definitely give you the answer for sure. So hopefully that's helpful. All right. Angie's up next. Hi, Dr. Cabral. Thank you for your work and dedication to help all people all over the world get well and feel alive again. Thank you, Angie. I have done the detox parasite protocol, and I'm now doing the CBO protocol, and I'm currently undergoing testing for mold toxicity through my local naturopathic doctor. I have 2 questions. 1, I will be doing the CBO finisher after the CBO protocol. My body does not react well to glutamine, and it gives me unexplained anxiety. I can take the FM detox levels but not the 5 grams in the healthy gut support. Why is that? Because of this, what dosage do you recommend me titrate until I can handle 5 grams? If I have high levels of mold and it will likely need to repeat or lengthen my treatment, what do you recommend? Should I repeat month 1 and month 2 again, or continue only certain supplements until I get my levels down? All right, this is a good question. I've answered this question on my Glutamate podcast. So let's see if we can find that for you. I actually don't know that I'll be able to. Let's see. But if I go to StephenCabral.com/podcasts, let's just see here. We'll do it together. And I go to the search box. It says search for your topic here. And I type in glutamate. Because here's why, is as I'm looking for it. Let me just stay focused. Look at this. It just how gluten and glutamate cause learning disorders, autoimmune, anxiety, and neurological issues. Okay, so episode 2020 will be able to be helpful. Now, glutamine, a healthy product, fantastic product, but glutamine can convert to glutamate or glutamic acid. Glutamine, although again, what does it do? Well, glutamine helps repair like essentially all the living cells in skin and hair and tissue and nails and especially muscle in your body. It helps with overall hydration of the body inside of the cells, the sarcoplasm. It helps produce more GABA in the body, which is the anti-anxiety based hormone, but it can go both ways. And if your body's not processing it properly, yeah, that's an issue. So it's like we all need glutamine, right? That's one of the amino acids that our body uses. But sometimes it's just too much for an individual that's not able to handle it. Totally get it. Again, we see this all the time. Not all the time, but again, we work with so many people, like 10,000 people a month or more. So you see these things. And so what I want to share with you is this. The good news is this. You can simply start at a level that works for your body. That's it. I mean, you can literally start with a quarter of a scoop of the healthy gut support. All right. Most people go right away for 1 scoop, once to twice a day. You should do just a quarter scoop. That's it. See if that works and take it with a smoothie or take it at night. So anybody that's more sensitive to probiotics and you know that you need them, or more sensitive to something like healthy gut support, but you know you need it, take it at night. Take it before bed. It should help with sleep. And that's what I would do, especially if it gives you a little bit of brain fog. All right. And then, yes, you can just continue longer. That's it. You can just continue out until you work up, because it could be a quarter scoop this week. Then in 2 weeks, it could be a half a scoop. Okay, as your body's getting healthier, because you need to do these programs in order to deal with the toxicity in your body, and it will get healthier and healthier. So that's what I do. Slowly titrate up. All right, Jen's up next. Good question. I'm curious why I urinate so much more after a smoothie than just plain water. Whenever I have a smoothie, I am running to pee multiple times within the following 1 to 2 hours. I don't have this with water. Thank you. Okay, again, great question. So for the most part, let's say you just drink regular water, right? So like I'm drinking right here, just a little bit of an electrolyte solution. If I ever have a plastic bottle, I try to reuse it multiple times. Like if I'm out and have to grab one, so that I'm not wasting all of this plastic. And then again, of course, I recycle it. But so here's the thing. If you're just drinking water, then, and you're not having to run to the bathroom multiple times, you have to ask yourself, okay, what is the variable that changes when I add more to that water, which would be like fruit? For most people, again, not an issue. I actually absorb water better, believe it or not. I absorb water better. A lot of people with my body type do this when I have it as a smoothie, because there's a little bit of glucose with it and there's a lot more minerals. So my body soaks it up to a much greater degree. So believe it or not, I have to urinate less when I have a smoothie than if I were to just drink straight water. Again, different people, right? Different strokes for different folks. It's just how it works. So here's what I can say to you though. You may have an issue, at least right now, absorbing fructose. And fructose can cause people to have to urinate every 20 minutes. So what I would do is this. If you really want to get to the bottom of it, I would run the bacteria and parasite stool test or the Candida metabolic and vitamins test. You can do both if you'd like. And those are at StephenCabral.com/labs. If you don't want to run any labs, but you'd like to say, well, I'd really like to rebalance my gut, you can go to StephenCabral.com/CBO. Those 3 letters. That will take you to a CBO protocol, which will help you with rebalancing that gut flora as well. All right. Emma is up next. And again, that's just one possibility that I'm giving you. There could be others. You could be sensitive to a particular thing you put in that. But I'm just giving you, kind of using Occam's razor, what is the more likely scenario that I see based on what I've seen in the past, but again, not a medical diagnosis. All right, Emma's up. Hi, Dr. Cabral. I've struggled for years with constipation, gas, and bloating. I've tried everything in the book, and the foods I have the hardest time digesting are vegetables and fruits. I've struggled because I know how healthy they are for the gut and everything, but they make me more constipated and bloated. What do you recommend? All right. You, Emma, are definitely a new listener to the show, and we're happy to have you. So I have a whole show of the Cabral concept broken down by just digestion. So we're going to go to podcasts, and if you are on a desktop, the very first image you'll see is Fix Your Digestion Forever. And that's going to help you fix your digestion forever. So I would definitely listen to those podcasts because I think education is the most important thing so that we don't kind of fall back to where we were. Because if we ever get well, but we don't know how we got well, then we're destined to go back there. I mean, that's basically history repeating itself, right? So if we're not students of the past, especially our own bodies, then in minds that if we get well or we lose the weight or whatever and we don't know how we did it, then again, we're not going to be able to hold our results. So definitely listen to the podcast, but the best thing you can do is this, and it's the same advice I just gave Jen. I know that it's going to work for you. You're going to run the bacteria and parasite stool test. You'll run the Candida metabolic and vitamins test. And if possible, you'll run the food sensitivity test. That's called our gut bundle. You can find that at stevencabral.com/labs. That's going to share with you exactly why you are constipated, you have gas, and why you have bloating. Again, not medical diagnosis. It shows the underlying root cause imbalances. If you decide not to do the lab testing, well, I don't recommend that, but you can. And if you just want to go with a foundational-based plan, since you don't know if it's parasites, and you don't know if it's H. pylori, and you don't know if it's candida, and you don't know it's bacteria, you would do the parasupport protocol, followed by an intestinal cleanse, followed by the CBO protocol, and then we use the CBO finisher to heal and seal up the gut. So that's essentially what people do. It's very straightforward, and that's exactly what we do. It just takes some time, but honestly, that's what the fix is, right? And you just slowly do it over time, and it works great. It really does. It teaches you so much in the process. Okay. So you can rewind, kind of listen to that answer again if it helps. And all products are at stevencabral.com/shop. That is essentially my practice and all the protocols we use with private clients. And we open source that to every doctor and integrative health practitioner and client and anybody else on the planet who wants to check them out. All right. Let's see. Lorena is up next. I take daily nutritional support every day, and I recently have done a blood test in which serum vitamin B12 and serum folate were elevated. Does this mean there's a deficiency or that I'm taking too much vitamin B? All right, so if they're elevated on blood work and if they're just over that high range, most people are totally fine with this because it's a water-soluble vitamin and it leaves the body very quickly. So most of the time, people's folate are never elevated on a blood work because we're at that daily nutritional support is just 100% of the daily requirement, right? So you don't really want to take less than the normal 100%. Vitamin B12, we have more of that because more people need that for energy. They need it for balancing methylation issues. They need it for balancing healthy levels of inflammation, brain fog, etc. So typically, people will be right at the top end of vitamin B12, which is what we want. The way to know that if your body's using and processing that vitamin B12 effectively and efficiently is to run the Candida metabolic and vitamins test, because we test for something called methylmalonic acid. So when you test vitamin B12 on a blood test, all you're showing is the amount of B12 in your blood. Now, if you take daily nutritional support or a B vitamin or like that, you're going to have B12 in your blood. That's not a bad thing, right? What happens is when you want to see if your body's using that, you would look at the excretion level, and it's excreted as used up metabolite, methylmalonic acid. So you never want to be really high on a blood work, no doubt about it. I would certainly talk with your medical doctor about it because I'm not giving medical advice, but that's how I look at it personally. That's how we look at it in our practice, and hopefully that's helpful. Certainly, you don't need more B vitamins. You wouldn't need the activated B complex for you. Okay. Lorena is up next, and she is our sixth question today. I also forgot to ask, same Lorena. I also forgot to ask that I recently did a hair tissue test that showed high magnesium, low potassium, and high zinc. Copper was normal. I take 400 milligrams of magnesium citrate, 100 milligrams of magglycinate before bed, and the balanced zinc every morning. As an anxious Vata, my body does very well with magnesium, but now I'm not sure what to do. Should I stop taking the magnesium and zinc? Okay, so you didn't run this then through our team EcoLife, which I wish that you did because you would get a customized protocol. And telling me you have low magnesium without telling me what copper is doesn't really allow me to give you an educated answer on this. So you would never need to stop taking magnesium. That's the thing. So you just need to balance it with copper. It's like people saying, oh, you should be on a low sodium diet. Well, not really. You should only get it from natural salt, like sea salt and things like that. And you want to make sure that your body's sweating actually once in a while, but you really want to get more potassium to balance that sodium. And copper and magnesium will really matter. So if you have high magnesium, but you also had high calcium, it just shows a greater stress response in the body. Because remember, the first four, which are calcium, magnesium, sodium, potassium, are electrolytes. So we're showing stress levels in the body. So this is why I'm telling you, do not run at-home lab tests if it does not include a consultation with a practitioner. It does not have to be through EcoLife, but EcoLife provides you with the reading of those results so that you don't have to Google all the results, right? These are trained professionals, all integrative health practitioners, level 2s, and you get a plan that's built for you. So they're going to give you the really normal, they're going to give you the real, not normal, they'll give you the plan to help rebalance the body so it becomes more normal. So that is that. Now, zinc does match up with that, so balanced zinc should be fine. But go back to my show where I talked about what supplements to take at what time of the day, because typically zinc is taken not in the morning, it's taken with dinner, mid-meal. So I would be fine with the magnesium, but you might need a product called Cal Mag Complete in addition to the magnesium citrate. So your Cal Mag Complete would also provide some calcium. So you can find that again at StephenCabral.com/shop. And if your magnesium is higher than your calcium on a hair tissue mineral analysis, typically we're doing 1 Cal Mag at lunch, 2 Cal Mag Complete at dinner, and then you can still do your magnesium citrate powder before bed if you'd like. So we have a new magnesium out right now, and it's called, I haven't even talked about it. I should probably talk about it on the show. It is called, I can't even remember the name of it. It's called like Relaxing Magnesium. I'm going to have to do a podcast on it. I don't always name all the products. What I do is I come up with the formulas. So this is an amazing product. We wanted to improve on the taste and just overall kind of absorbability, and it's a phenomenal product. So there it is. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, you can check out all of these questions as well as previous podcasts at StephenCabral.com/podcast. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you had an amazing weekend, and I'll talk with you tomorrow on our Motivation and Mindset Monday. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's show, and I'm sure you probably heard the intro to the show, but if you didn't, I just want to reiterate that after years of planning and trying to get to this stage, I'm so excited to announce EcoLife is now going to be offering free at-home lab testing. Yes, free. That means you're going to be able to start with our $299 minerals and metals test, where you learn about your stress levels, your electrolytes, all the minerals that we're looking at in your body. We're looking at trace minerals and heavy metals as well. We're going to look for lead, mercury, cadmium, arsenic, and also aluminum. You're also going to get a readout of what your results mean because you're going to be getting a 30-minute coaching consultation just one-on-one with you and one of our EcoLife coaches. Plus, you're going to get a personalized plan built just for you. It honestly doesn't get any better than this. It truly doesn't, and this is why I'm doing it. I told my team that if we can find a way to just break even, not even make any money, I want to be able to get these labs to people. That was my whole goal because it was life-changing for me at 19 years old. It introduced me to functional medicine and integrative health, and I want to do the same for you as well. So when you head on over to StephenCabral.com/shop, you're going to see a banner right there. Click on the banner. It's going to teach you more about our Ioboan membership rewards program. This is for people that see the value in using good quality nutritional supplements on a monthly basis. All it takes is basically using the daily nutritional support or the daily activated multivitamin and then a vitamin C product or a magnesium or an omega-3, whatever you like. Again, most people are using at least 2 to 3 different products. Why not use those same 2 to 3 You can get them through Equalife, an extra 15% off on subscription, and we'll ship you a new at-home lab test every 3 months on us. Every 90 days on subscription, we will be shipping you a free at-home lab test. I'm telling you right now, I've been looking forward to doing this for years, didn't know how I can make it happen, and this is it. So super excited about this. Check out all the details at stephencabral.com/shop and just email us with any questions. Take care, everyone.